Have you ever just stared at a blank page or an empty gem or maybe an inbox that's just overflowing and you feel completely frozen? Well, that frustrating feeling, that invisible wall between you and what you want to do, it has a name. And today, we're going to learn the secret to absolutely shattering it for good. I mean, really think about it. Is it the middle part, when you're in the grind? Or is it the end, when you're trying to push across that finish line? For most of us, believe it or not, it's neither. The single hardest part, the one moment that stops so many incredible ideas dead in their tracks, is just getting started. This image right here, ma'am, it captures the feeling perfectly, doesn't it? You're on your path, but it is just littered with these mental bombs. The fear of not being good enough, the worry about making it perfect, just how huge the task feels. See, procrastination isn't really about being lazy. It's about trying to avoid these little explosions of self-doubt. So, the big question is, how do we diffuse those bombs? Well, our first strategy is to really understand something called the domino effect. It's a super simple idea, but it has this incredible power to unlock momentum, especially when you feel completely and totally stuck. Here's the magic of the domino effect. You don't need some massive, heroic burst of motivation. All you need to do is focus on one thing and one thing only, knocking over a single, tiny domino. That one little easy action creates just enough momentum to naturally topple the next one, and then the next one after that. So how do we actually do this? It's a simple 3-step process. First, you gotta know what you're aiming for. Second, and listen, this is the most important part, pick a ridiculously small first step. I'm talking an action so easy it almost feels silly not to do it. And third, just do that one tiny thing, and then just sit back and watch the chain reaction begin. Now, that first domino is absolutely crucial. And the reason why? Well, it comes straight from the world of physics. We are talking about overcoming inertia. Take a look at this. This explains Newton's first law of motion. But let's reframe it for our purposes, okay? Let's call it Newton's first law of productivity, because the exact same principle that governs planets and pool balls also governs your projects and your habits. This is literally everything. When you're procrastinating, you're an object at rest. And the hardest part is just generating that initial force to get moving. But once you knock over that first tiny domino, you become an object in motion. And what does physics tell us? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. Okay, so we've seen how one tiny start can set off a huge chain reaction. And we know that getting into motion is the key to staying in motion. So what is the one single, powerful idea that connects both of these concepts and unlocks our ability to beat procrastination for good? But before I show you, quick question. If you have ever felt completely paralyzed by the need to get something perfect, do me a huge favor and just smash that like button right now. Seriously, think of it as your first beautifully imperfect action to break that cycle. Here it is. This is the core secret, written here in its original Persian. This is the idea that connects absolutely everything we've been talking about. It translates to the power of imperfect starts. Just let that sink in for a second. We are so obsessed with getting it right that we never actually get it going. The goal isn't a perfect start. The goal is just to start. But why is this so dang effective? Why does giving ourselves permission to be imperfect suddenly unleash so much productivity? Okay, let's break down the psychology here. The logic is actually beautifully simple. Perfectionism keeps you staring at nothing, but an imperfect start gives you actual raw material to work with. Think about it. You can edit a bad sentence, but you can't edit a blank page. You can improve a clumsy workout, but you can't improve a workout that never even happened. Starting gives you something real. All right, enough talk. Let's make this real. Forget about next week. Forget about tomorrow. We're going to apply this right now with a 1-minute mission. I want you right now to think of that one thing you've been putting off. Got it? Okay. Now, what is the smallest, the messiest, the most imperfect first step you could possibly take toward it in the next minute? And don't you dare overthink this. We're talking truly tiny. Write just one sentence, not the whole email, just one sentence. Read one page, do one single push-up, put one dish away. Look, the goal isn't to finish, it's just to start. It's to break that inertia and become an object in motion. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Your goal isn't perfection. It's progress. It's about getting things done.
And that constant chase for the perfect start is the single biggest enemy of ever finishing anything. So your mission is simple. Go start something. Go be imperfect.